my god! Scarlet Snake, 2 of them. Yes! Awesome! I told you these rocks were good. 2 adult! So we're out here getting ready for a night hike. It's afternoon, the sun's starting to set, and my brother just flipped this cinder block and found these 2 absolutely beautiful Florida scarlet snakes. They're a subspecies of scarlet snake that's endemic to the Florida Peninsula. These guys are pretty awesome. They have these upturned snouts. They're primarily burrowers. Most of the time you'll find them under objects. They also burrow through the soil. One of their primary foods is actually reptile eggs, which makes them a very difficult pet to keep because you constantly have to be finding those to give them as a food source. So what they're doing is they're actually under these bricks, because under them we're finding all sorts of like anole eggs and other lizard type eggs, snake eggs, and these guys will get in there and eat those. So that's one of the main reasons they really like these rock piles.
These are harmless, but they're often confused with the venomous coral snake. Now, a great way to tell the difference between the two is you look at the color of the banding. If red touches black, it's friend to Jack. If red touches yellow, kill a fellow. They're also confused with the scarlet king snake, but the easiest way to tell the difference between the scarlet snake and the scarlet king snake is you flip them over and you look at the belly. If there's pattern going all the way around, it's a scarlet king snake. These have white bellies, which means they're scarlet snakes. Evening herping is a great time to find a lot of reptiles, and especially amphibians. We have a nice Florida water snake that just mussed all over me. It smells terrible. Actually, if you look right here, this very large snake shed, it probably came from this snake. This is probably a large female. It's very fat. Usually these guys are really aggressive when you try to handle them, but for some reason this one is not. It's probably just getting active. It's the evening time. It's peak time for these guys to come out and hunt, and they'll primarily hunt crayfish and small fish around swamps and creeks, and you can find them all over Florida in freshwater.
It's cool to find a scorpion. I do like my invertebrates. Come here, get up on this thing. All right, this is a little striped scorpion. Some people might call this a hazard of herping here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's in my hand. All right. This is the point at which I've had enough of the scorpion. Go free.
So the sun's finally set here as we're walking down this paved path, and the critters are starting to come out on it. We're first starting to see spiders and crickets crawling across it. And then I stumbled across this oak toad. It's one of our smallest toads. This one right here, see it against my hand, it's about adult size. It's not going to get any bigger than this. They're pretty little spastic little toads. They hop a lot. They're kind of hard to take pictures of, but they're pretty cool. Don't see too many of them unless you're in the really right habitat down here, unlike the southern toads, which tend to be pretty common. So we got a pygmy rattlesnake here. It's not quite adult size, but it's just about there. It's probably just starting to come out. It's getting dark here. It's late June. And it's a pretty good way to start our night herping here in the middle of central Florida swamplands. It probably just wandered out of the edge habitat, and it's starting to head up to this little paved path up here, probably to get warm. These guys are pretty common around this area, so we're going to go ahead and move on. We'll probably see a couple more of them tonight.
Well, we're not the only things herping out here tonight. Looks like the owls are looking for a meal of frogs for dinner.
All right, so we're out here in this swamp. It's kind of like a swampy pond, and all along these low-hanging branches, you can hear them all around me, are Pinewoods tree frogs. I grabbed one of them. He's a small little guy right here. He's about as large as they get, maybe like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. They like to get in low-hanging branches like this right above ponds, and they'll sit here and call during the Florida summer nights. And the easiest way to actually tell what one of these are from any of our other tree frogs is they'll actually have in their hind legs, along the back side of it, they'll have a series of yellow to orangish spots. And that's the easiest way to identify you've got the Pinewoods tree frog.
Right. I'm pretty sure you can hear that loud bird-like noise. That beep, beep, beep. beep, really high-pitched noise. That's these oak toads in this little pool. This is a flooded pool. This normally just holds water during the summertime when there's heavy rains coming through. But these guys are really, really loud, almost deafening to a point. So we're going to keep on cruising down the swamp. We've already heard a few barking tree frogs calling as well, so we're going to see what else we can come across tonight.
So we're walking down this paved path here and happen to catch this green tree frog out on the crawl. He's crossing behind me. I can hear probably what it's moving towards. There's a massive chorus of green tree frogs in the woods behind me. So this one's probably trying to go catch up with all its buddies. Getting on some breeding season here in the Florida summer night. So we'll go ahead and let this one go about its way and head on down so it can go find its friends. There's like 3 frogs right here, look at this.
I hope you've enjoyed our evening herping.
Yeah, it's been a great time out here. We've really seen a lot of stuff. We're finishing up near this artificial light that we have right in front of us. It's a really great thing to stop at, especially when it's near a wildland like this, because it's attracting all sorts of tree frogs and even some toads and small lizards. But I don't know about you guys, but even though it's nighttime, it is really hot out here on this June Florida summer night. So
Definitely sticky.
I think I'm ready to go get a cold drink, but on the way back we have a little bit of wilderness and road ahead of us, so we might road cruise something on our way out. But until then, hope you enjoyed our episode, and we'll see you next time on CamoChairProductions.com.